Hey there everyone, welcome to another video. Always happy to have you join me, and I'm really excited for today's film, especially because I haven't done one of these in many months. This is my everyday monthly makeup face. Essentially this is the type of makeup I would wear on a regular, non-filming, not going to a beauty event, normal person basis, something like this. I just put this on a little while back and I filmed some clips to show you exactly how the products look on the skin and the process of me putting this together, really. Many of you have really given me positive feedback about this type of video because you like to see, well, what do I wear on an off day or just as a regular person, not as a beauty guru or a beauty YouTuber or blogger or things like that. Because oftentimes when I come on here and I do my filming, I get really dolled up, and that's not the look I wear on a Monday to Friday or even the weekend. So I want to talk you through some products I've been using, and one of you actually requested that I talk a bit more and use some of my favorite drugstore makeup products. So I pulled some of those in for today as well. So I better get filming quick because I need to go out and buy some groceries, but let's jump right into the video. Now, because it's not that hot yet here on the West Coast, even though it is the middle of July, I'm still using quite a moist, glowy foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. It's called Luminous Buildable Foundation. I have the shade in N2. I can probably also wear W2, but I think N2 works fine, and it was the first one I picked up. Now, this gives you very beautiful skin. I love the way this sits on my skin. It glides over pores with minimal issues. Again, it's one of those with a little sponge, right? And the foundation in the actual sponge cushion. This is, I would say, comparable to the finish of something like the Lancome Teint Miracle Cushion Foundation, or even the Laneige, I believe I said. So it's almost like a creamy formulation. It glides on over the skin. This is not something I would wear if we're in the heat of the summer. Again, it's not that hot right now, so I've been reaching for this pretty often. It is quite expensive for a drugstore product, unfortunately. Not crazy about that, and the fact that it's not refillable. I really wish L'Oreal would make this a refillable product, and then that will be able to lower the price for all of us consumers. But this one is quite nice, and I do use it for convenience sake and because it gives me a nice finish that lasts most of the day. For eyebrows, I have here the Maybelline BrowDrama Pro palette. Eyebrows are fickle for me, and I talk about this in every single beauty tutorial or demo or things like that. This is what I'm using right now, and it is my preferred one from the drugstore at the moment. I don't love a lot of brow products because of the color match situation. I do tend to use high-end for, you know, events and things like that, but I don't want to use up those expensive products so quickly on an everyday basis. So I still use this quite often. It is a large palette, which I think is a little cumbersome, but the colors are quite decent. It comes with a little brush as well as a spoolie. It has a tinted wax, it has a color powder, and it has a highlight. I almost never use the highlight. It doesn't do that much in my opinion. It does have a little bit of a highlighting effect, but really it's only visible in person, definitely not on camera. The wax I use periodically, but again, I don't have that many brow hairs to set in place in the first place, so I do tend to stick to just the colored powder. This is in the shade 260 Deep Brown. I think one of 2 or 3 color variations that they offer from Maybelline. Although FYI, Maybelline does now have like the pencil and powder duo in like a pen format, so I do have that, just haven't opened it, so I've been using this one so far. Now, while I'm not wearing any eyeshadow just for convenience sake, I am wearing liner, and I am wearing this one from Prestige. It's called the Total Intensity Eyeliner. Long-lasting, intense color in the color Bold Brown. I think there is also a waterproof version of the Prestige liners. I find them quite creamy and good color payoff and just easy to use for the most part. I am quite fickle about my pencil liners. I usually like to wear liquid liner. That's like my go-to. However, if I'm not wearing false lashes and the whole shebang, I find just with my normal, you know, natural lashes and liquid liner, it seems almost unbalanced because the liner looks really strong and my natural lashes look really, well, natural and faint. So I like to use a pencil liner, just smudge along the lash line if I'm doing a super light eye look, because it goes well with just mascara lashes. So this one is what I use today. Then, pairing with it, I also went for the Maybelline, the Falsies Push Up Drama Mascara in Waterproof. I have really been loving this. I mentioned it in the favorites video before. This one is one of those plastic bristles. I like it because it really separates the lashes and gives a really dark, sleek look. So something like the Lash Stiletto, if you like that, it gives you a very similar result to that one. I've been a Maybelline mascara girl for years and years, so I always do try new ones that they come out with. I'm not into the super like natural ones that Maybelline has because I have very sparse lashes to begin with. I want something a bit more. One of you mentioned it is quite wet, and I find after a couple of uses, once you know it starts getting dried up a little bit more, it's much more manageable and easier to work with. As always, I have the waterproof version because I have very straight lashes. I gotta give them a good curl and then just pop on some mascara and they do just fine. Let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite products of the moment, and this will definitely be showing up again in another monthly favorites. And this is the RIMMEL London, what do you call this? Sculpting palette, I guess. It says Kate with a heart on the bottom. I'm not sure if this is a specific Kate Moss collection, but if you see it in the store, you'll know exactly what this looks like. Beautiful trio of 3 shades. I originally got it sent to me in a PR package and I wasn't, so sure about it, but then Alex from I Covered Thee talked about it and I thought, okay, let's pull it out and try it out because she's quite fair as well. And one of my fears about sculpting palettes is that they're too dark or too muddy for my skin. So since she talked about that and I had it, I thought I'd try it out, and since then I've been using it quite frequently. Now I'm not someone who does a lot of highlighting sculpting on a regular everyday basis, but I do pull it out just to add a little something extra if I'm wearing quite a nude makeup look with not a lot of things going on. This is very forgiving. I like that the blush shade is super pretty on the skin. It does have good amount of pigmentation. I do use Rimmel blushers on the regular, like the single ones, as part of my everyday routine. I take those traveling a lot because they're inexpensive and I don't feel so bad if it gets lost, broken, yada yada yada. But the trio does work well. The sculpting shade is not too dark or muddy. The highlighter is very subtle, great for everyday, not for filming because it doesn't translate that well on camera. It doesn't give you that super glow, but very nice everyday palette. Have been loving this one, and of course used it in today's look. Now just to touch up my face, I did put on a tiny bit of the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. I have this in the shade Light, which I believe is number 20. Very tiny bit of it under the eyes. I don't like to wear a lot of concealer. I haven't found my holy grail. I have been using the Urban Decay quite a lot, but from the drugstore, this is the one that seems to match me quite well and does stay put for a good amount of time. I know the Maybelline Fit Me is one that a lot of other people also love, but I find the color in that range a little bit iffy for me still. So this is what I've been currently using for concealing. Alright, last thing to talk about, I've got here one of my favorite lip products, and this is, drugstore, high-end, like all across the spectrum. This is one of my favorites. This is the Revlon Ultra HD, I guess they call it matte lip color. Disclaimer, this is not matte, but it does give you a satin, almost velvety finish. It's beautiful, it's smooth, the color is great, very easy to wear and very comfortable to wear. So this is what I would prefer in terms of a matte lipstick, although this is not a true matte if that's what you're looking for. Comes in a whole array of colors, all very beautiful, wearable for a variety of skin tones, just easy to work with for every day. And I don't want to make my lips feel super dry or have to touch up all the time or just to see if my lips are cracking. This does not do any of that for me. I'm wearing it today, a beautiful My Lips But Better color, and this one is called Ultra Matte, let's see, 630 HD Seduction is what I have. I think it's a nice everyday nude and kind of matches my nails as well, which by the way is the new SC Gel Couture in, I think, Pinup, something like that. I'll look it up and put it down below in the information bar. But this wraps up my monthly face for this past month. Again, I think as the weather starts getting a bit warmer, I might need to start switching up some products to be a bit more waterproof or summer proof, shall we say. Again, I will list all the different products I've mentioned down below in the information bar for you so you can have a quick reference. Let me know if any of these are your everyday favorites or you wear them often. Some of these I may have reviewed, and if I have, I will put the link to that also down below in the information bar. So until next time, take great care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye for now.